everyone, Rob here, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to use tmux. I mentioned it so much in my Windows Terminal video, I figured I should do a demo on this one as well. So this is the contents of my configuration file. So there's three kind of sections to this. We need to know the configuration, how to attach, detach, and kill sessions, and how to work inside a tmux session. So this is my config file. It'll be inside the description of the video, so you can simply copy and paste it. It needs to be located inside your home directory, and it needs to be named .tmux.conf. So once you have all that, we're going to set the history limit. The default is too short for me. I think it's like 1,000 lines, so I made it 50,000. You can make this whatever you want. Allow rename off. If I rename a window, which I'm going to show you later, what this does is prevent certain commands from automatically renaming my window for me. You know, if I set a window name, I want it to keep that name. So bind key, this is for joining sessions together. I got this from an IPPSec video, and I changed my default editor here to Vim because the default is Emacs, and I don't really like Emacs. You can make this Nano if you like, whatever floats your boat there. The color that we have set here, what this does is keep the color scheme of the terminal. This way, if you enter a tmux session, it's not, all the text isn't the same color where it's all white. And also I have tmux-logging set up in my config file. And the reason for that is if you're ever doing something like an engagement, you won't lose any of your commands because this logs the commands that you enter as well as their output. The downside to this is that you have to enable tmux-logging on every session. So we'll get there in a second here. And to install tmux-logging, we simply copy this link, which is in the video description. We should go to the optional area, or optional application of the area of the Linux file system, which is cd or opt basically. Then we do our git clone that link, and that will create the tmux-logging folder and have our stuff in there. And as you can see in the config file, we're calling this logging.tmux here. So this is, if you go to a different location, be sure to change accordingly. So that's basically the config file. The next part is, takes a few commands to know. So right now if I do tmux-ls, that lists any sessions that I have currently. So I can join that tmux session by doing tmux-a for attach. If you like typing everything out, you can do attach or even attach session if you want to go that far. And -t allows you to specify the one to join. So right now I just attached to this tmux session. I'm going to detach by doing PREFIX key, and that again is Ctrl B, and then D for detach. So I'm going to create another tmux session and this time I'm going to name it, and I'm also going to name the window. So tmux new -s for session, we're going to call it derp, and we're going to call the window, we'll call it dupe. And you can see in the bottom left corner, the session is called derp, the window is dupe, and it's number 0. I'm going to detach one more time just to finish showing these. So Control B is the prefix key, D for detach. Now if I do tmux-ls, I can view my sessions. I can kill a session by doing tmux kill-session T or -T and then 0, which is the name of this first session here. And again, that was created when I just did the command tmux. It kind of has a basic numbering thing if you don't define the name yourself. So we're going to kill that, and you can see it no longer exists, and I just have derp. Another window I'm going to show here, which is great, if your bash_history file does not have a symbolic link set up, so it's sent to dev null, you're going to have a command history. And what the benefit to that with tmux is if you do So we're going to do tmux new -s htb is a session I use whenever I do hack the box, and just to keep everything fresh for everybody, we're going to name the window Open VPN. I can do Control R, and this performs a command search, and then I do Open VPN, and it types out the command I usually type. So all I got to do is hit Enter, and now I'm connected. And just to kind of show you how fast that can go, okay, I'm starting my new thing, and da-da-da-da. Now I'm connected to the VPN. Let's detach the session by doing prefix key D, tmux list to show what we got open. I'm going to go back into the derp session. So attach -d derp. Now I'm here. I'm going to create a couple new windows. We'll start with that first. So to do that, we do prefix key C, and we can see it was renamed to bash automatically because this is a bash window. We're going to do that. We'll open 4 here. And now if I want to rename these, I do prefix key, comma, then I can name this, we'll call it go, prefix key through, So I renamed this to go. Next I can move in between these sessions in 2 different ways. I can use a next feature where I just kind of go in line from next to the next to the next one, or you can define the number of the window you want to go to. So to define the number, we just do prefix key, and 1 will take me to bash up front here. I'm going to rename this one by doing prefix key comma, we'll call it Python. Next we're going to go to 3 by doing prefix key 3, and I'm going to rename it by doing prefix key comma, and we'll call this Ruby. And now if I do prefix key N for next, you're going to see it'll move from 4, then back to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 0, etc. So here we do prefix key N. Now I'm on 4, prefix key N, 0, and etc. And again, you can see my active window is the one with the asterisk. Forgot what I'm doing here. So that's that part. If we want, we can also split the windows into different panes. So if we want to split horizontally, we do the prefix key double quote, and if I want to split vertically, prefix key percentage. Now, to make these visually appealing here, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to enable logging on all of these windows. And you'll notice this is my session. When I enable logging, it's only for the pane or window that I'm in. So I have to do prefix key and then capital P or shift P. And down at the bottom, you see it started logging to this, to root tmux derp. Now I'm going to switch over to my pane on the left. I do prefix key left, the left arrow key, and now you can see I'm in this window. And I'm going to do prefix key shift P, and that enables logging for this window. And then I'm going to go up, and I'm going to do prefix, which I did by doing prefix key up arrow, and now I'm here. And we are going to enable logging on this one, so prefix key shift P, and started logging to that file. So now any commands I enter in here, it's going to keep track of, which we can look afterwards at the file, at the logging file there. So we have all that. Another cool thing we could do to make these visually appealing, this is PS-Oxe. So now I can't see too much output, I'm kind of limited, and we could resize it for 1 by holding down the prefix keys, both Control and B in Bravo, and then using the up arrow keys or down arrow key or left or right to resize things. So as you can see, Control plus B, and I'm tapping the up arrow, and now I'm tapping the down arrow while holding Control plus B. Now I'm going to move to one of the below windows. If you're fast enough, you can do 2 keys at once, so you can kind of go down right or down left or whatever. So I'm prefix key down. Now I'm here. I can resize by holding down Ctrl and B and using the left and right arrows, as you can see. So now that we got the resizing done, I'm going to go back up to our PSOX window there. This one I'm going to call our IPA one. So prefix key up. And now I want to see this whole window. So I can zoom in on it by doing prefix key Z. And now it's my full screen, and the zoom is indicated by the Z down here next to the asterisk. So now that I'm in this, I can perform a couple cool actions that are very useful. For one, if I want to copy all of this PSOX output, I can by doing prefix key and then left square bracket. And when I say left square bracket, this is the key I'm referring to. To perform a search, we need to use, I think it's called a backslash, maybe it's a forward slash, but this is the slash I'm talking about. It's got a question mark if you use shift with it. And then, yeah, so we'll start with that. So we do prefix key, left square bracket, and in the top right corner you can see I'm in that mode because it says line 0 of 525, so that's how many lines are currently in this terminal window. I can use the up arrow keys to go up. You'll notice you can't use the mouse to simply scroll. That kind of cycles through commands, where up, holding the up and down arrows allows you to move, as does page up and page down. And if you want to exit this mode, you simply hit Q on your keyboard and that quits. So that's how to move up and down. Now we're going to go there again, prefix key. One last time, it's Ctrl plus B, and then left square bracket. Now what we're going to do is perform a search. So I can do that by hitting that this slash I mentioned earlier. We press that once and that opens the search down mode. So now if I search root, it's going to highlight everywhere in my terminal where the word root applies. So if you're reading a file and you're looking for a certain word, this is great for that. We can see I have 72 results on 525 lines, and every time I hit N on my keyboard, I'm going to the next result. So as you can see, I'm holding N down. It's kind of skating through all my results here. And again, I got to hit Q to quit. So the next thing I can do is copy these contents and put them in a file. So a good way to do that is prefix B, left square bracket, and we can see I'm in that 0 525 mode there. I'm going to press the up arrow key. I'm going to press it one more time, and I'm at the bottom of the PSOX input. Now I hit spacebar, and it turns my cursor yellow, as you can see down here. And when I go up, you can see it highlights stuff. Down, I de-highlight stuff. I can also use page up and page down, page down. So now I have all my PSOX output. I'm going to hit enter to copy it. It's now copied. You can't simply do a right click and paste or Ctrl V. You have to paste in Vim because that's my default editor. So what I would do is VI example just to make a file. I press I for insert, and now I'm going to do my tmux keys where I do prefix key, Ctrl plus B, and then right square bracket prints. And when I say right square bracket, I mean this key. So we'll save that, and we can see again if I actually will tail it, tail example, and you can see this is the output I just saved to a file. A nice quick way to copy a ton of contents accurately. Great for base 64 if you're ever converting anything like that and you have a large application that you're moving in that manner. It works great for that. So we've got the zoom there. Oh, another cool thing we can do. So we have these three windows. We have a blank one. We'll call it the one I'm on right now, which is this one. We'll call it IPA. The one to the right, prefix right, is here, and we're going to call this the host name one. And now the one above, prefix up, and this will be our PSOX, our PSO one. That's better output. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we can cycle the placement of each window, or we can change the design. So right now what's going to happen is I have this top window highlighted PSaux. It's going to move to the IPA window, and IPA is going to go where PSAW was. Then when PSAW is here, I'm going to do it again, and it's going to move to the host name, and host name is going to go here, where this IPA is right now. So to do this, we do the prefix key, Ctrl plus B, and the right curly bracket. And you can see it move down. I'm going to do it again, and it's going to move. This is my window. It's going to move right. So prefix key, right curly bracket. Now I'm here. Prefix key, right curly bracket. Now I'm here. Now if we don't like this setup, we can change how it looks by doing prefix key spacebar. Now we have 3 verticals. Prefix key spacebar, 3 horizontal, prefix key spacebar. This setup, prefix key spacebar, that setup, prefix key spacebar, that setup. And probably one more. Nope, that's it. Yeah. So we've resized them. We know how to zoom, move between them. We got the logging. We've got the renaming. Oh, another thing we can do. So say I'm in, if you're like me and you like having the numbers in order, and you need to close the terminal for whatever reason. Oh, that's another thing. So rename this. Right now I'm on window 1, which is called Python, and I can close it by doing prefix key, by doing Control plus B, and then ampersand, right? So, and down at the bottom, kill window Python. As soon as I hit Y, it's going to close that window, and now you can see 1 no longer exists down here. And if you like me and you like having the numbers in order, we'll go over to our 4 here for Go, which we get to by doing prefix key 4. And now I'm going to rename it to 3 by doing prefix key period. And now move window, enter 3. Or sorry, 1 I should have said. So prefix key period, move window to area 1. You can see down here it says move window. As soon as I hit enter, now it's 1. So that's all that. We got the logging, the moving. We have the zoom. We have the setup. I believe we've covered everything. And we'll detach this real quick by doing prefix key D and cd root. And I probably got a bunch of tmux log files here. Yep. Well, that's right. I see we got different times. So this is our newest one. Let's see what's in here if we entered any commands in that window. Yep. So inside that log file, which we read by doing, simply cat tmux derp for that derp session. That derp is the name of my session that we were in. And now it's in Windows 0. So the command I answered was PSAW, and then I enter a bunch of times. You can see it saves all my output. So right now, I think I mentioned it already, but just in case I didn't, if you detach from a session by doing Ctrl B, which of course is the prefix, plus D for detach. If you do Ctrl D, it will just close your tmux session. So the logging is great to have there. Now let's attach to our thing again here. So first we're going to do tmux kill session because that HTB doesn't need to be open anymore. So, all right, now we're going to join or attach our session to derp tmux attach -t derp, and we're back in. I believe that's all I had for you. So thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful.